So I wanted to talk to you guys today and just tell you guys a story about, well, a story about me and my mom. That's always really special to me. Very special to me. So this is about a game that came out on July 31st, 1999, which was a Saturday. I looked it up. And it was WWF Attitude for the PlayStation 1. Well, I had a lot of PS1 games back then, and I used to just live with my mom. And I used to sit in there and I used to play video games a lot. And she knew that. My mom was never into the video games. She didn't hate them or anything like that, but what I mean is like she never played them and stuff. So it must have been July 30th. And on Friday, I'm assuming my mom just got paid or something. So I'm not sure how this happened. I'd like to ask her someday. But anyways, I used to get WWF magazine. I think that's how I heard about it. And I had seen the commercials on TV for it. And I was really excited for it because me and my brother, as bad as it may seem, we played a lot of WWF Warzone that was on the PS1. And Attitude looked like that and way more. Like way more superstars. I seen it had a career mode on it. It just looked insane. You know, the roster alone was just insane compared to Warzone. It's way more people. And hearing that it had a career mode, just, I was ready to go, man. And we seen, I think from magazines and stuff, that there was entrances now where Warzone had entrances, but, not really if you've played it. They just walk off the main top part and that's it, the main entrance. It doesn't show them going in the ring and doing their stuff or anything. And also, it didn't have everybody's music and stuff like that in Warzone. Oh, I take that back. It did. It did have everybody's music in there. But anyways, we didn't have a problem with the way the wrestling game was and stuff like that. We were just really excited for Attitude, but especially me. I mean, I was ready to play, man. Me and my friends, and we were all talking about it, and I would look at that magazine every day. I mean, I just couldn't wait, man. That big red cover with the WWF on there. Oh, man, I couldn't wait. So anyways, somehow, as dumb as this sounds, it crept up on me. And come to find out, I didn't know it, but it came out the next day. So it was Friday, and it came out the next day, man. Couldn't believe it. So I didn't know what to do. Usually I found a way to save up lunch money and just birthday money, whatever it was, and I would buy a game. But usually, to be honest with you, it was lunch money. My mom would send me with $3 or $4 every day, if that, $2 or $3 every day to school, and which was not enough for food, by the way. I never told my mom that because I felt bad. She was kind of poor. And so I just told her it was enough. I was like, no, that's enough. She's like, do you need more? And I just knew she didn't have it. So I didn't really bother her with it. And so I usually just ate just a little bit or whatever. And then I came home and ate when I got home from school. But anyways, I'd get a couple bucks here and there. And I'd usually save that up and I'd be able to get a game, right? Well, this had crept up on me and I had nothing. I had nothing, dude. I was screwed. So I went into almost some kind of quick depression. I was like, oh no, I gotta get that game out. Do I try to go rent it? What do I do? But usually trying to rent stuff back then, it was just hell trying to get something that was new. And back then wrestling was so popular, especially WWF with The Undertaker and Kane, Stone Cold, Rock. I mean, it was very popular. Attitude Era was in full effect, man. DX, all that stuff. So good luck trying to get the new WWF game that's coming out. So I go out and it's Saturday morning. It's early Saturday morning. I'm not sure how early it was or why I was up and stuff like that. But man, I was sure having my magazine out and I was thinking about that game a lot. I just didn't know what to do. I mean, I've even contemplating calling my dad and asking him to get it. And I obviously didn't do that. Never. So I go out, and my mom's cleaning. I still remember. I go out to the living room. She's cleaning. And I go, hey, Mom, I got to ask you something. And she immediately thought something was wrong. She's like, oh, geez, what? Well, what are you coming up to me for? And I went, well, I mean, if you can't afford it, I totally understand, and I don't want you to feel bad or anything like that. Like, I still remember saying this because I couldn't believe it worked. So I went, but I really want this game, and I never really ask you for games and stuff like that. And if you can't afford it, it's okay. It really is. It's fine. And I'll figure it out, But I said, this game comes out today, and I really want it. I mean, Mom, it's in my magazine. It's a wrestling game. We watch wrestling all the time. I want to play it so bad, and I can't believe it came out today. I can't believe it. And I go, it kind of just snuck up on me. And she just goes, she gives me one of these, big deep breaths like this. And something rings out in my head too that she was like just vacuuming or something. Like I can still kind of get the image. So she gives me one of these. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Give me a little bit. I mean, I gotta run some errands later. You're gonna have to come with. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I can come with. And I was like, you just let me know. Well, let me tell you, when my mom said, let me think about it, we'll see, and all that kinds of stuff, it's a done deal, man. We got it. If it's no, my mom will say no. Period. I mean, that's just it. If she says no, man, then you got to go on to, do you ask her more times, and then you're going to piss her off, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. So I meant that. I wasn't really going to do that for this game. I mean it. I kind of knew my mom didn't have money. So I never really wanted to bother her. To be honest with you, that's not trying to sound like some type of sweetheart or good guy or something like that. That's really how I was, because I knew my mom was stressed out a lot about money, and my mom was always working 2 or 3 jobs. I mean, my mom was always working. So I knew she must need the money, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know whether she used a credit card that day or she just got paid on Friday or something, so she decided to say, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it for him. I don't know. But all I do know is we went and we got that game, and I think it was at like Walmart or something like that. I don't think it was KB Toys. It definitely wasn't Toys R Us or nothing. It wasn't like that. My mom wouldn't go there. That was more of when I went with my dad. But, man, my mom got me that game, and I remember just staring at it in the car. I mean, looking at the back of it, and I even bought it still to this day. I re-bought a copy of it. I really wish I had mine as a childhood, but something happened to my stuff. That's a whole other story for another day. But anyways, I had to re-buy it, and it still looks so great. That red cover with the stuff on the back, I just couldn't wait. And guys, when I got that home, I remember firing up a singles match with Kane, and I don't remember who I was facing. But I remember seeing that entrance, and I know we make fun of it now. I know we do. It's real funny now. I'm going to tell you what, though. Back then, it wasn't so funny. Back then, that was badass, man. That was so cool. I called my friends over. We played the heck out of that game. I played through a whole career mode. I loved that game, and I played the heck out of it. And it's just always held a special place in my heart with me and my mom, because very rarely did my mom bring home games for me, because she just didn't have the money, man. That was more of something my dad did when he took us on the weekends and stuff like that. He'd take us every other weekend, and that was just more of like my dad had the money for that. You know what I'm saying? My mom just didn't make that much money, so she just couldn't do it. She's the one that got us the clothes and stuff like that for Christmas, and it just always holds a special place in my heart with my mom, and I'll always remember that about her. Like, that is such a big story. I'm actually going to tell her this story tomorrow or send her this video, and I want to see what she says about it. But it's such a special moment that I'll just never forget. I mean, I can still remember visually looking at her, and I still remember she wasn't looking at me when she answered. And she, like I said, I think she was vacuuming or something. She'd shut off her vacuum to talk to me. And we had this little, we had a cordless phone set up in this corner on this little brown table, and she was sitting there fiddling around with whatever there. And I remember her answering me, and me turning around, heading back to my room, just going, yes, oh my God, I think I got the game. Oh my God. You know, and I wanted to call my buddy Dustin and my buddy Ryan, like right now, like, oh guys, I'm gonna get WWF Attitude. You gotta get over here. Oh my God. And I just couldn't wait to play it. So Mom, if you watch this video or you listen to it, thanks so much for that. That was really cool. That was a very special time in my childhood. And I just always remember that. I remember you for a lot more than that. But that holds a very special place in my heart for my gaming channel. And just sitting here talking about it. And every single time I look at that case, which I just seen it the other day, it just reminds me of my mom. And I always go, man, one day when she's gone, which, man, I hope that's a far away time from right now, I'm going to take that game and I'm going to put it in like a plaque or something. Something that can hang on my wall, and it's just going to be in there. I almost want a sealed copy of WWF Attitude just because. Just to have that perfect look of what it looked like when I was driving home that day, or when she was driving home that day, and I was just sitting there looking at it. Just something really special. You guys ever do that? I'd love to hear your stories about stuff like that. Let me know if you do any video responses. And let me know if in the comments below what you think about that. But Mom, thanks so much. Love ya.